Hello, welcome back. Now we created our storage account. Let's create Data Factory. So in order to create Data Factory, you could go to Home and select Create Resource, and you could go to Integration and you could find Data Factory. So you could select Create Data Factory, or you could search for Azure Data Factory. So you could see Azure Data Factory is there, Azure Data Fabric is there, which is new service. Let's select Azure Data Factory. And you could see Azure Data Factory, select Create Data Factory. Now we need to select some basic details like subscription, resource group. So I'm going to select Project IPL. Now we need to specify one unique name for our Data Factory. So I'm going to use ADF Project IPL, then some random number 5658. Location I'm going to use East US, and version earlier we could select V1. Now we should select V2. Let's go to Git and let's configure it later. But if you want to configure it now, you could use Git. But I don't want to configure it right now. Let's go to networking. Let's leave the current selection. And we selected public endpoint. And in advanced, I am not making any changes. And in tag, I am not going to specify any tag. Insert, review and create, you could see the current selection. We selected subscription and resource group. We specified one name for our resource. And we specified one name for our Data Factory. Location we selected and version we selected. So let's create it. And our deployment has started, and it may take 1 or 2 minutes. So let's wait for our deployment. And our deployment is completed. Now let's go to our resource. Now you could see we are in Overview tab, and there are a few other tabs are there that we will discuss later. To open our Data Factory, you could click on Launch Studio. So right now we are in Overview tab. Let's click on Launch Studio. And this will open Data Factory in a different tab. So it's in different tab. Let's load it. So once you open Data Factory or Data Factory Studio, you could see a warning saying that you still didn't configure code repository, and we could close this. And another warning saying that there is a Microsoft Fabric. Let's close it. Now if you expand, you could see we have few tabs. We have Home tab is there, then Other tab, then Monitor tab is there, Manage tab is there, and Learning Center is there. So inside Learning Center, you could see some tutorials that help us to learn Azure Data Factory. Inside Manage tab, you could create linked service, you could configure Git, you could create triggers, and you could configure your Data Factory. So all the managerial part you could handle using Manage tab. Now if you want to monitor your pipeline executions or trigger execution, you could use Monitor tab. That we will explain later. Then we have Other tab that we'll use to create or develop our applications. So if you are creating some projects, you will be using Other tab, and inside Other tab you could see we could create pipelines. That means project. Then we could create dataset, data flow, change data capture is there, and Power Query is there. So we will explain all this in the upcoming videos. And Other tab will give some ready-made template. So if you want to use some very basic transformation, you could use Other tab, and you could easily create pipelines without any effort. So let's go to Other tab, and in the upcoming videos we will see how we could use Azure Data Factory to ingest data from GitHub to our data lake. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.